Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Bod Squad, the show where we talk about streaming technology. This is episode 277 on March 9th, 2022. I am Clyde, and I am joined by, I think that's Matthew Ross, brushing up on his Harry Potter.
Sorry. Hi, guys.
And Michael Aston.
Hello, everyone.
And Jimmy Tremmel.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Doing all right. What exactly are you learning over there?
Unauthorized Harry Potter and the Art of Spying.
So is that what broke your computer?
No.
Oh.
Like, what? My computer broke? What?
I don't know.
Seems to be working.
Maybe it was all the disgusting pizzas we were posting in the talking about in the pre-show.
I kind of missed that. I was busy.
Oh, with your Harry Potter book.
With my Harry Potter. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is maybe this is why my computer broke.
Your computer was just ashamed. It was like, I don't want to be associated with this guy.
Whatever. Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Doing all right. What's going on with you guys?
I'm back. I went away again.
Did you go somewhere?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
my son was part of the pep band, and we went to the basketball tournament, which was all the way on the other part of the state. So I went halfway up the state and all the way across the state to go all the way to this tournament on a bus. And it was cold because I didn't bring a heavy enough jacket or blanket.
And you were on a bus.
It's fine. I got to deal with
usually if you cram enough people into the bus, you get the body heat going.
That's true. I had my own seat. I was fine. I was by myself, so that was okay. I managed. Should have brought a blanket. That's for certain. But got there. It was we went in to play, and our team was up there. We had this great game. And we lost by 2 points and were eliminated right away.
All right.
It's just, there's the true thing about almost all competitions is that there's an awful lot of losers. Unfortunately, we were one of them. So, sorry. I had fun.
Yeah.
All right.
What did you guys do?
I don't remember. I don't think there's any record of what we did. So.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Nothing happened.
Don't even bother looking. It's just
okay. All right. Okay.
And on that note, why don't we make some memories? What are we here to talk about?
Since we're not going to talk about what happened last week, why don't we just talk about this week? We're going to start with Google has a bug in their Pixel phone. Some of them. There has been an update that they've released, which will make the Wildvine system work. Wildvine is one of the programs out there that allows some of the programs to use higher definition copy protection, essentially. Yeah. This has made it so if you were using Netflix and you had this bug, you weren't able to play HD content on your Pixel phone. But now that they've found a fix for this will allow you to play these higher end videos on these devices.
Yeah, that would be annoying. If you just dropped a bunch of money, because most of the time you can't get a Pixel phone from your carrier and do the payment plans. Most of the time you're just dropping the money for this phone, and then you find out you can't watch HD videos on Netflix. Yeah.
But you want to bet most people didn't know they were
I
watching HD.
and I was getting there is most people probably wouldn't notice, but once you notice, ooh, are they mad?
Yeah, you're not getting what you were promised, which is always makes people upset. But interestingly enough, there's an awful lot of cheaper phones out there that actually opt not to do the Wildvine certification because it costs money. And so it's like a cost per phone to have them each one certified. So you don't get that high-end Netflix. You get 720p Netflix, essentially.
Yeah, and I mean, Google's the one that's doing the certifying, right? And
No,
charging.
Wildvine is their own company.
Or it's Widevine.
I'm sorry. But no, they are their own company.
Oh, okay.
They do
I
the
thought
DRM.
I thought it was a Google feature, and then they were charging people because then it's like, meh. It's our thing. It doesn't cost us anything.
Of Netflix and other programs that uses it to certify that your device is not stealing their high definition content. You'll whatever. Enjoy your 720p. I do.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad it's fixed. It should be fixed for everybody. If quite frankly, this doesn't make sense. But anyways, Limewire. You guys remember Limewire?
Yes. It was a place where you could download viruses directly to your PC.
Many viruses were downloaded.
It was the most efficient way to download viruses onto your computer. Not just a way, the most efficient way. You could peer-to-peer download viruses, which is really taking it to the next level. I mean, the whole like connecting to a website and downloading the virus from a website directly, as opposed to seeding it from hundreds of different people so that you can get it 100 times faster.
And especially when the file specifically states no viruses or virus free, you can be absolutely certain you are downloading a virus.
Transformers the movie, no viruses here.
But also, I love the fact that you can like download a compilation of a giant number of these viruses at the same time. It's not like you're getting one virus. You're gonna get like 17 different iterations of the 17 different viruses. And it's
the worst is if you were trying to download the song "Virus" from Dr. Mario.
Oh yeah.
And
okay, so LimeWire, it's back. But
like BitTorrent came back as a TV station. Remember when Justin
Popcorn Time, right?
No, Justin Robert Young was on BitTorrent.
Oh, that's right. BitTorrent TV was a thing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. No, nothing like that. No, LimeWire is back, and they are they're continuing to be a sharing company, but what they're doing is NFTs, which immediately makes me think, what the hell? The idea is that it allows you to do these digital collectibles, be able to trade them and or buy them and sell them on this LimeWire platform.
So it's the modern way to distribute viruses.
Yeah. I guess you're right. Not much has changed.
But the difference here is because it's an NFT virus, it will only be unique to you.
Yeah, you get your own custom virus.
Prove that it's yours.
You know, I am really surprised that eBay didn't pivot to be the place that for NFTs like early. They're gonna at some point, but that's like seems like the thing that's obvious in their wheelhouse. Because they've been managing person-to-person transactions of everything, physical to digital, for 30 years. It'll be 30 years soon.
That makes me feel so old.
I know. Remember back in like 97 or 98 when you could actually get stuff at a good price because most people didn't know eBay was there, so there wasn't competition in the bidding. Pepperidge Farm remembers, and so does Clyde. I miss those days. Well, actually, now it's not that bad because it's not as busy. But this one,
it's fine.
Out of left field.
It's fine. Whatever. I mean, seriously, Limewire. The thing Limewire has is their name. They're gonna that brand recognition.
Yeah, but I don't think that's
huge.
a good brand recognition. It's like it's the same argument I made last year when Google brought back Google TV. It's a name that's tainted, and it will always have those negative connotations. I mean, you may as well bring back like Enron, or think of any of those failed scam businesses from the mid 2000s.
Enron was like an oil.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's
right?
a name that's got baggage.
It would be like taking Enron and starting, oh, well, we're not doing oil anymore. We're doing nuclear power.
So in other words, Madoff Investments is not a good choice for a name.
To be completely topical because of that new show on Hulu. What was the blood company that ended up being a total scam?
Theranos.
Yeah. So
Theranos.
Bring back Theranos now. Except nobody really knew what Theranos was. Everybody knew what Limewire was. Limewire is forever in the cultural lexicon. Theranos just sounds like Thanos on a Theramin. That's what if Thanos had a Theramin band, it would be Theranos. Yeah, but hey, somebody's owned Limewire for a while, tried to make them legit, and finally found a way to try and make some money off of it. Like how Best Buy bought Napster. Remember? So, yeah, good for somebody.
All right. Good well, how about HBO? They are being sued. That's right. They are being sued in a class action lawsuit. The lawsuit alleges that HBO is taking their subscriber data that is, by their various subscribers, and selling that data to Facebook, allowing them to match it to their platform, and thus being able to sell more directed ads at those users because they like HBO or they like certain shows. This lawsuit is it's a class action lawsuit, so there's a lot of people behind it that are.
Can I join?
You probably can. I bet you anything.
I'm going to join.
But basically, this means that they are alleging that this is something that and I'm curious if they have the proof, because I hope they do, because they lawsuit.
If it's made it this far, there's got to be something,
right?
But I mean, this isn't new, because this happened previously,
right? But the HBO did not ask for your consent.
No, yeah, exactly, and that's why it's valid.
And even their privacy policy doesn't it?
Good question. That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, so I think while I agree that they should get in a little bit of trouble for this, and businesses need to be responsible. Let's be real. There should be absolutely no expectation of anybody having any privacy on any website, period.
So
you're foolish, because even if they don't give it away, somebody's going to steal it because they're going to get hacked eventually.
So this article does point out that HBO Max does have a privacy policy on its website, which it discloses that it and its partners, vague, use cookies to deliver personalized ads, among other purposes. But the VPPA requires them by law that the subscribers give separate consent to share their video viewing history. And that's where it comes down to. HBO probably thought they had all their bases covered by just putting broad language into the thing that people don't read. and just agree to. But and I'm looking. I'm trying to remember what VPPA stands for. I remember it was it was Video Privacy and Protection Act that was passed in 1988.
1988.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was after a reporter obtained someone's rental history from a video store.
Whoa.
And used it against him.
So,
I mean, this is well established. This goes back probably just as far as like Sarbanes-Oxley and other things that have been used to uphold these kind of decisions in court. So,
I mean, it almost kind of makes more sense back in a non-digital age. Like I said, I mean, again, I think that they probably should get in trouble for this. Clearly a violation of the law.
Yeah.
But you just have to expect your data. Any valuable data you have is going to be stolen. If you don't want it stolen, then don't provide it to somebody, because every company is going to get hacked at some point, and they're going to get some amount of your data from that company. We saw that even with, big supposedly secure companies like Experian, where they got everybody's social security number in the US basically.
And this is why where having the ability to create free Gmail accounts is beneficial. Use a different account for everything. That way, when you're on Facebook, it makes it harder for them, because this article says that they're not they're giving the info to Facebook, and Facebook's smart enough to figure out, even though your accounts aren't linked, it's able to figure out who you are and who that data belongs to and put it together.
Facebook knows everything.
If it's under different accounts and different IPs, then it makes it harder for Facebook.
So the day Facebook gets hacked and all their data gets pulled away,
the day
we're all screwed.
Didn't that happen a while back?
I know, we're already screwed.
Didn't it happen enough that they had to change their name to Meta?
Oh, well, yeah. Was that why? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like what you said, Clyde, and I think it's important to kind of underscore that, right? Like, I use a separate email account for social than I do for any purchases, any viewing, anything else. So like my Facebook account, that email is it's got like Facebook and Twitter and maybe one other thing. And I don't really use any of those accounts for anything. I don't really use social media. So that kind of mixing, like if they can match my Twitter to my Facebook, I don't really care. You're not going to learn much about me except that I like guns, because I tweet once a week about a new
Idaho football
gun contest and Boise State football. I mean, yeah. So I think that it's really important that if you care about your privacy, that you take a very concerted effort and focus on how you separate your digital lives, the different kind of ones. Just like, you aren't going to go search for tawdry pictures or whatnot on your work computer. Hopefully, you're not going to use the email accounts that you use for banking for other things.
Yep.
Well, you know what? If you do use that one account for Twitter may learn of many things about you, like the fact that you like guns and that you like Idaho football, and will probably serve you at these amazing new podcasts. That's right. There's podcasts coming to Twitter. It's just a screenshot of a guy with a future development of what the Twitter app might look like, and there's a link on there showing that there may be a way for you to actually link and or listen to podcasts directly on the website. So that's right. You can now get our show on Twitter, maybe in the future. I don't know.
Unless YouTube pays us a bundle of money. Probably.
They wouldn't do that. No. Why would they do that?
I don't know. This boom of podcasts being overloaded everywhere makes me realize that I think podcasts are on their way out.
Oh, that's probably been true for a while, but that's okay because we'll probably still be here.
Well, we don't. We don't get included in trends.
True, we don't. Don't know why.
I've been wearing the same clothes since like 2001.
Oh, so you're just stubborn.
No. I think I read something that any guy, whatever clothes they are or however they dress when they get married, that's how they will dress for the rest of their life. Because you look at like grandpas running around and you're like, oh yeah, he's, grandpa, this guy likes suspenders or overalls or whatever, like completely outdated, but that's just their style. Guarantee that's married, exactly how he dressed when he got married.
So grandpa got married in suspenders. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like my grandpa was wearing bolo ties till the end.
Not what he wore when he got married.
Literally.
Okay. Not the day of the wedding, just that
so
time
like
period. And
gotcha. I don't see many grandpas wearing tuxes everywhere. So that's like.
Did you see Groucho Marx in his later days?
That's true. He was a lot of time. But did he ever get married? I'm guessing he got married a lot.
Yeah.
He's got
a lot.
Yeah, just watch the old reruns of You Bet Your Life.
CNN Plus streaming service. We talked about it that it was going to be coming. They didn't know how much the price was going to be. It is official. It is going to be $6 per month. If you are early into the game, you can get it for $3 a month. But that's right. The new service is going to be coming, and it is going to be $6 per month. So that's
for $6 a month. You get 100% more propaganda every month.
Oh yeah, that's right. So. How about this? Netflix launches their first interactive daily quiz show. I've seen this quiz show on like an app stores and things like that. This is the like the multiplayer quiz game that people have been talking about. I've never played it. It's called Trivia Quest, but they've got a version now that's going to be available on Netflix. So if the game's fun. And this might be fully interactive, so you're gonna be able to see many people play it at the same time. This could be good.
I remember this game from like 10 years ago. This was everybody called it Trivia Quack or Trivia Crack.
Oh yeah.
Are you sure this is not an April Fool's joke?
Yeah, because April's like still 2 months or next month.
Yeah. Next month is April.
But the launch date is April 1st.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I guess my kids were launched on April 1st, and that's been a huge joke on me for the last 16 years. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm all for the more interactive things, especially if Netflix. I mean, highly interactive. Massively, really massively multiplayer things sound awesome to me. If Netflix can figure out a way of doing that, even if it's just 68% of our thousands and thousands or millions of viewers pick this answer.
So if Netflix went back far enough to get this, does that mean that someone like Disney got Words with Friends?
Mm-hmm. Probably.
And they had to go for this because the one that was still in the cultural lexicon was already taken.
I think so. Well, there's a bunch of games that ended up being not purchased, but partnered with a bunch of different big companies. So,
no, it looks good to me though. I'm excited to give it a try. I like this kind of thing.
I'm willing to give it a shot too. I will be checking it out when it launches. Disney Plus is looking to add a newer, cheaper plan. This is a plan that will be less expensive for US. Will be US only at first. It'll be available in 2023, and the way they'll make it cheaper is they'll be giving you ads. No, thank you. I'd rather pay.
I will stay unsubscribed.
$8 a month is fine. I don't mind paying than not getting ads.
Yeah, at the risk of being not in touch with the populace, I want to pay more, please.
No. I think they're not targeting you or
No,
I.
they're targeting people like me that aren't subscribed because I'm not
Correct.
willing to pay for it because I don't see any benefit right now.
Right.
But this is not the way to get me.
Yeah.
The way to get me
Cheaper.
is to make content that I actually want to see. I don't care about Marvel. I don't care about Star Wars. Why should I sign up?
Well, if you don't care about those things,
Yeah, I
Nat
think
Geo. But other than that, no, it's fine.
I think they don't want you to sign up.
Yeah.
That's
everybody.
it. They're putting out a free version with ads to further prevent me from using their service.
That's not free.
Yes,
It's just
got
less
it.
expensive.
They are trying to keep Clyde away.
Yes.
What more can we do to ensure? Clyde
Yeah, they're
won't
like,
come
hey,
anywhere
we're
near
going to put out a cheaper plan, but Clyde might sign up. Include ads.
us. Ads.
Genius.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then you can't watch a show and like it,
And
then it has
get
to do badly,
Yep.
right? So it's protection for their shows.
Makes sense.
It certainly aligns the polar opposites, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's an interesting thing. Hulu has had next day access to a lot of different shows, and it looks like they're losing access to some of the NBC content.
Yeah.
NBC Universal shows like The Voice and SNL are losing the ability to the next day aspect of it. So you will not be able to see those shows 24 hours later. Instead, there's going to be basically asking you to go get on Peacock to get that stuff. So.
And Hulu's response was, wait, SNL is still on? That show hasn't been funny in 20 years.
Yeah. I was vaguely aware that it still existed.
I didn't know. I never knew that they actually had the new episodes of SNL on Hulu. I didn't think they were there. Because there was specifically NBC stuff that didn't appear on Hulu. But we also knew this was coming. We talked about it a few weeks back in the fact that NBC is going to be pulling their stuff, and they're already they're starting the process. Good riddance.
I mean, I gotta say, like, when the things they choose to list as the top names are SNL and The Voice,
yeah,
you gotta think Hulu isn't really concerned about losing these NBC shows.
Oh.
'Cause,
yeah. I watched an episode of Americanado. Yeah. Like I said, I watched an episode.
Yeah, it's
Their
interesting.
only
ahead.
concern might be that they might end up streaming more stuff because people won't be dissuaded from watching things by seeing SNL, and so their bandwidth utilization might go up.
I was gonna say it might backfire, and once Peacock subscribers see that this stuff is on the platform, they're like, "Oh, I ain't paying for this," and then leave.
Yeah, I feel like, to me, most of all the different new shows that come out, NBC's has been lacking as of late. I mean, normally they have something funny. Normally they have something that.
And every one of these networks, they go through cycles where there's years where NBC's on top, and then years where CBS is on top. And always someone's struggling, and NBC's been struggling for a long time.
Interesting. In my brain, NBC's been top dog for a long time.
It depends what you're looking for.
Doesn't mean
there's been very little since they canceled a bunch of shows that I liked, and those shows went on to Fox and lived on and were huge, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And that went for 5 more seasons on Fox. And yeah. Whatever. Good riddance.
All right, here's the story. YouTube is trying to convince podcast people to continue to provide their podcasts and provide a video version of their podcasts on their platform. And they've decided to provide grants where they're going to provide individual creators up to $50,000 and networks, if you're a podcast network, anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000. Hey, wait.
So when do we get our check?
Yeah.
We need to quit and come back.
Oh, yeah, because we're already doing video.
Didn't we do that already?
We're going back to Twitch, right?
Okay.
No?
Yeah.
No, we kind of burned that bridge a little bit.
Well, not really.
I mean, we tried to.
We figuratively burned the bridge, but didn't actually.
Nothing caught on fire.
Twitch isn't aware that we left. It's
we
like
threw a bunch of matches.
When that dude walks out on his girlfriend, he just says, "I'm done," and he leaves, and he comes back on Monday after a change of heart, and she doesn't realize that he was gone.
Great. Yeah, I'm so much money is flying around for podcasts. I'm fine with if you want to make a video podcast and put it on YouTube and get some money for it. That's cool.
Tell me how to request this money, because I will submit for a grant, and just for the sake of making our show better.
Yeah,
give us the money so that we can hire a producer to make it better.
It does not say exactly how you can do it. It looks like it's just that it's you have to know the right people at YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. People at YouTube.
The parent company Google declined to comment. YouTube is already a home for some podcasts, but it hasn't pursued that episodic content as aggressively as Spotify. Yeah. Man, that sucks. Hey, if you are a fan of Microsoft Xbox Cloud, it's a pretty cool service. It allows you to play your game streaming service. It's one of the many streaming services out there now. Xbox Cloud focuses on playing games that are available for Xbox mostly. A lot of those games will not work with a mouse and keyboard because they're designed for you to play with a controller. Looks like Microsoft is working on making the mouse and keyboard functionality a priority, and they're hoping to have it available for all of the games by June. So you will be able to play on your PC with a mouse and keyboard, or you're a couch mouse and keyboard person. That's cool too, whatever. And play those games using the keyboard and mouse format for great gaming over the cloud.
Yeah,
I already have Stadia for cloud gaming.
They're bringing back web TV. Yay!
Oh God, the keyboard and mouse on the TV?
Well, that was what I loved about Google TV.
Yeah,
that the Logitech keyboard was awesome.
Clyde, I think you're one of the few people who like that.
A lot of people liked it. I didn't like the way it got neutered immediately, but.
I guess what I'm saying is I think you're one of the few people who actually liked it for web browsing. Or did you not like it for that?
Well, no, it was nice because I could be watching TV and then I could use the keyboard and it would overlay over what I was watching. And I could go, hey, what is that? Oh, okay. And then you can make it go away. And it was nice. It was convenient. I didn't have to go reach for the laptop. I didn't have a smartphone yet. Or I guess I did, but it wasn't great. It was like one of the first or second generation.
Web TV, that was the Microsoft.
I remember web TV. I used to use it in hotels to book flights via Priceline.
Wasn't it usually on dial-up?
Well, yeah, it was 2001.
It was.
Yeah.
And that was 96 to 97.
But we didn't know any better.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
It's not like broadband had really rolled out everywhere yet. This is 2001, pre 9/11. Because broadband wasn't available in my area until I got back from Afghanistan in 2002. So
It was early
Roadrunner.
90s when I had broadband in my, but of course.
Early 90s?
Yep.
Before the internet?
Fiber to the home, dude.
Internet
Way back.
Internet wasn't invented until eBay went live in like 97.
That's not true.
That's the thing that got most people onto the internet. So I would say it is true.
For me, it was CompuServe. That was in 93.
When my dad learned,
Prodigy.
hey, I can sell baseball cards on a website. Okay, how do I get this internet thing?
For me, it was Prodigy in 1989.
Yeah, Prodigy. I remember.
Yeah, it was
Quick
CompuServe
serve.
for me. And before that, it was bulletin boards that you would download.
I ran a bulletin board for a couple
I was
years.
going to say, anybody that hasn't run a BBS at some point in their life has not lived.
Yeah, they're fine. It's fine.
Nope.
All right. Hey, guys, did you know you can get Apple TV on almost every device now? I mean, almost everything. I mean, dang it. We can get it on Roku and the Amazon devices now. I think it's on the Google device. Yeah, it's on the Google
You
device.
can get it in like your Tesla
Yes, I think so. It feels like
while
it.
you're driving.
That's Tesla's decision, not Apple. I don't think Apple would actually like that, quite frankly. But now you can get it on the Comcast Xfinity boxes. That's right. You can stream your Apple TV services on your cable box. So this is both the Flex and on the X1 set-top box. So the normal cable box as well.
Yeah.
So.
And, you know, and we've talked about this many times. The new cable boxes from Apple TV or from Comcast are all running Android TV. So basically anything that's available on your Android TV is available on their box. It's just whether or not Comcast wants to enable it.
So what's next? We'll be able to watch it while pumping gas at the gas station?
If you drive a Tesla, you can. And yes, that was the point. Because I mean, but that is a necessity, because when you pull up to a charger and you're stuck there for an hour, you need to be able to do something.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's true.
I think they should give us something for free while we're pumping gas, as much as it costs nowadays.
Yeah. Amazon has a competitor for Clubhouse. Clubhouse, of course, is that audio speaking,
the thing that was popular last year.
Correct. And then they decided to open it up to everybody, and for some reason everybody's forgotten about it.
Because it's no longer exclusive.
Exactly. It was a big deal for that show.
They let in all the people that the people were trying to avoid.
Like me. Yeah. Okay. Is the Amazon's version of this platform, but they've taken a cute little twist to it. They have access to a lot of different music as their Prime Music program allows them access to, and so they're allowing you to do music mixes and being a DJ in your own personal clubhouse. So you can be in there and be playing your music.
Clubhouse is infringing term.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Sorry. In your own amp room, your room with the amp in it, the studio, I don't know.
Everybody's going to get amped.
Oh, God. I'm not going to get amped, just so you know. And it will allow you to go in there and play some music and talk with your friends in your own personal meeting space.
Huh. Or you can just hop on Discord.
Discord.
You already have a Discord account.
That's probably true. But you already have a Prime membership, so.
Do they? Because Amazon was reporting recently that they weren't they at an all-time low for Prime accounts recently?
Don't know. I don't think so.
Because they had to change they were making changes to the shipping stuff.
I think they had an overtime highest time lowest number of new Prime accounts.
Okay, maybe.
But it's not like they have everybody everywhere on Prime, even me, which is bonkers. Hey, if you do get Apple TV Plus, and you like watching baseball, good news. There's going to be Apple has gotten rights to two games of baseball every Friday night, and it's going to be streamed exclusively on Apple Plus. That's a minus if you ask me, because exclusives suck. But they are games that are going to be completely outside the blackouts. So, yay. Step in the right direction for there. I'm all for that. So Apple TV Plus subscription will now include a MLB's Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV Plus. Blackouts don't matter. If it's in your local team, you still get to watch it. All you need is a subscription, and happily you can play Apple TV Plus on practically everything, like we were talking about earlier today.
I swear
So what happens if they're on strike?
Then you don't get to watch anything.
Oh. Are you ready
that's
for some
why
baseball?
That's why Apple got the deal, is because they're not going to be playing any games anyway. At least Apple can brag about it.
Are you ready for some baseball?
I was thinking that the Friday night baseball thing was NBC. Now I'm looking because there is an agreement with Apple and NBC Sports, but I don't know. I'm trying to find the details. If they're splitting the games on Fridays?
As far as I know, Apple has exclusive rights.
No, they have exclusive to two. There's more than two
games
games on
on
Friday.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I'm wondering if NBC is getting the other, because I read something about NBC and Apple making a deal with baseball.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you're right. I mean, it's going to be two games, and then which typically when a company does this, it'll be one East Coast game and then probably one West Coast game.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what the NBC side was. And because this article. Oh, okay. So it also MLB also came to terms with NBC for the Monday and Wednesday night games. Okay, that's what it was. Because I remember seeing an article and it just said that MLB deals with Apple and NBC Sports are worth like combined $115 million. It didn't. It was real. This article was really hard to read. Thank you, Forbes, for making a wall of text. Okay, so Apple has Friday, NBC has Monday and Wednesday.
Yep.
Except,
so the big deal to me is that Apple's show on Friday it is outside the blackouts, and the blackouts don't matter on it.
yeah,
That is important to me. I want this to show everybody who owns, all the owners, all the people who actually have control over the blackouts. I want them to see that, oh crap, there's a lot of money being left on the table because we're not letting people go watch the game at home if they're somewhere within a
I would argue
3-hour driving list and drifts and something.
I would argue that this isn't the big deal that Apple is making it out to be, strictly because of the nature of baseball. See, football only happens on specific days. So if you get Thursday or you get Monday, you get everybody.
Right. It's huge.
Baseball is every day. And there's no guarantee if a team you want to watch is going to be one of the two that they are airing on that Friday, which is why I'm saying I don't think it's going to be the boon they expect it to be.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I just want
I agree with you on that side. I'm just saying it's not the big, super big deal that Apple's making it out to be, because that's all I'm saying.
But this is at least a toe in the water of something to say, oh crap, maybe we should not be doing the blackouts. And I want them to be realizing that if hopefully this can be completely clear to everybody that this is a good idea.
As of 2 hours ago, the MLB canceled 93 more games.
Wow.
That's like half of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 160 games usually.
Well, Apple probably is.
Didn't they increase it to like 180 like a year or so ago?
I don't know.
Either way, That's a lot of games. And opening day is postponed until April 14th. Holy crap. Yeah, baseball's in trouble.
It's 162 games.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I
Still,
thought because there was a thing to add more. I thought they were going up to 180 a couple of years ago, but maybe that didn't happen. I don't remember.
I mean, the strike is one thing, but hey, getting a couple of live baseball games every week for a $5 a month service, that's pretty good value, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, compared to going to one of the paying for tickets. Yeah, it's not bad.
I mean, they completely lost me once they were considering making the NL or National League go to the DH. That was the point. I was like, I'm out. I don't care anymore.
I'll just say they should have both, and I should move on. All right, last story we have here is Google is going to be having a kind of a conference next week for people who are developers, video game developers, and trying to get to see what's new with development on Stadia. This is really not a consumer-oriented conference that they have going here, but some interesting news will come out of it. And if, as you know, Google Stadia runs on Linux. You may actually not know that, which means every single one of those games that are currently running on Stadia were converted in order to and developed in order to run on a Linux platform. Sure. This has been, one of the reasons why some people don't want to move their programs over to Stadia, because it takes development to make that happen, which, nobody wants to develop anything, right? Just want to sell their game. One of the things that might be happening, it's just rumor at this point, but they might be announcing a emulation or compatibility mode, which will allow them to take one of the Windows games and move it directly into the Stadia platform with no recoding necessary. Sorry?
Wine?
Could be wine. It could be Proton, which is a fork of wine. It could be an actual emulation, so it would be actually running a version of Windows or React OS or something like that. That's literally trying to do something that's making.
Give me access to my Steam library in Stadia, and I think I will be happy.
Well, if they actually get 100% emulation of Windows games into Stadia, and they can make a deal with the guys at Valve, that could totally happen.
Because this is exactly what we were talking about last week while you were traveling. Is the benefit that Stadia and Luna have is that you can play games without having to install it. I have a huge library in Steam. Half of those games I've never played because I don't feel like
clicking the button and waiting for it
and installing it just to find out I don't like it, and then I have to uninstall it.
The worst.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Well, there's unfortunately there's two reasons that won't happen.
No, I agree.
The obvious first is that that would be like financially it doesn't make sense. They make the money by Valve makes their money, Steam makes their money by selling you the game. They make the profit on that. Google would make nothing. They would just incur expenses of you playing the game. Maybe it would make sense if they had like a premium tier that would allow something like that. But then the other issue is that it would definitely not beat all your Steam games because Steam sells almost everything. And Google doesn't want to have a million little one-off indie type games hosted on their system.
It could work because Google does have an actual product for this. It's not called Stadia. It's called Google Stream, which is basically a white labeled Google Stadia. And if Valve wanted to
that's what I want. That's what I want.
If they said, hey, sign up to Steam Plus, Steam Stream level, which is $10 a month.
Steam Stream.
and you can play your Steam games, and they're powered by Google Stream, or they could do their own if they wanted to do that, but totally could work. And also, since Valve is like pretty much the experts of making their games run on Linux now, since they've got Proton and they've got the Steam Deck and doing all that stuff, that actually could work out really well. And then on top of that, we have this, which could be emulation of Windows and drop-in support for your Windows games right into the platforms. This could be cool stuff. And quite frankly, I'm super excited about this developer conference. I will be paying attention to it. I don't know if anything actually useful information will come out of it, but I'll be keeping my eye on it because I'm, of course, always paying attention to Steam. I did see a report that of all the gaming out in the world, out of all of it, 2% of it is streamers. They're playing their game through a streaming platform.
Yep.
And of all the streaming platforms out there, Google has about 40-45% of that.
Yep, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's huge.
That's a foot in the door. And that's just going to grow from there, guys. It's not going to take over the world. People will still have their discrete computers.
Except
what?
This is Google.
That's
the
true.
Company that is used to losing money. If their platform somehow becomes profitable, they get scared and they shut it down. Something's wrong. Shut it down. It's popular.
I think Google's mindset is we need to have our foot in this door for the future. I don't think they're actually going to
get your tinfoil hat.
I gotta go reprint.
Okay, whatever. I believe that a lot of these things that they do that people say they're just throwing away money, right? They do these things where it's just people say this is absolutely stupid. Why are they doing that? And then they cancel it. I believe that it's like when someone makes a bad movie so that they can collect the insurance. These are the these are the things they set up so they could lose enough money to offset taxes. And when it becomes popular and profitable, it becomes a problem. Think of the producers, where they went out and they got all this. They funded the thing by 500%, because as long as it fails and it's not popular, they don't have to pay anybody back.
Right.
But the minute it becomes popular, they're screwed. I think these are a lot of these weird projects. I mean, which isn't a bad thing. It doesn't matter what your motivation is, as long as you're able to try new stuff, and even if it's a failure, it works for the company in a positive way, then yeah.
Just wanted to let you know, Matt, you're using that wrong.
Well, it is a Harry Potter fanfic book.
Harry Potter isn't about hair.
Or potters.
Or potters.
Oh, it's not a gorilla working with a kiln?
That's a different movie.
Oh.
Okay. So that is okay. My conspiracy theory is simply Google's management currently has sucked for a long time, and they need Google will suddenly do amazing, maybe not amazing things, but suddenly have direction as when they have somebody get the helm that actually has Satya, I think it's Satya, right? I can't remember who's the. Is it Pichai? I can't remember. Anyways, whoever it is currently at the helm is a fine guy, and he's a good engineer, and he's fine. There's nothing big about it. But what matters is that he does not exude this idea of this is who we are. this is what we're going to do. This is the thing we're aiming for. We want to take on the other guys, and we want, this kind of, here's our direction and our vision, and we don't have that in the Google place. Right
well,
now.
they don't really need to be. Google's always been the company that just kind of throws stuff at the wall.
I know, and I think that's hurting them recently because they've been throwing so much stuff at the wall. Everybody's looking at the messes that they've been making and going, Google can't do anything right.
But the thing is, but if people understood that those messes aren't a bad thing, then it's
right.
Yeah.
But most people just see, they killed another project. So
and that's why, and that's what leads to my theory that they can do that because they're able to write off the costs of those projects in some way that is beneficial to the company. So sometimes it's better off if they do something wild that doesn't work.
No, I agree. And I love that they do things that don't work. And I really do. I still want that headpiece, that guy who's out there who says, and we're trying all these things. These are all things, and 90% of these things aren't going to work at all. 9% of the things that did kind of work are only going to kind of work, and we're looking for that 1%. And just make that perfectly clear that we're doing all this stuff, and we know most of it's not going to work. And be okay with that. But we need that communication, and we need that drive. We need that vision from somebody.
Well, but the problem is if you tell people that you don't think it's going to work at the very beginning, then people aren't going to use it because they don't think you're confident.
No, you communicated correctly. Is that we want all of it to work. We're going to try. We're going to make sure it does. But we're going to also know when to cut our losses and move on to the next thing, because we know that we're going to try 100 things. 90% will fail. 9% will be a little somewhat successful, and 1% will be amazing. And that's okay.
Yeah.
We aim for that. That's why we do it.
All right. Well, you know why else we do it?
Because it's Wednesday.
Well, I mean, that's part of it.
It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I think it's still Wednesday. Jimmy, is it still Wednesday there?
I was going to say for a few more minutes, yes.
Okay.
No, we do it because of the patrons, the people that find some sort of satisfaction in supporting us. And we are very thankful for that monetary support, because until YouTube kicks down our door with our $50,000 check.
Doesn't that meet that goal that we stopped showing shows?
Crap. But
you'd have to have a goal above that to allow it.
See, here's the problem.
Shows.
Here's the problem with that is Google is not a patron. We set that goal for patrons. If the patrons will pay us, I'm pretty sure if YouTube gives us $50,000 and we stop streaming, they're going to want their $50,000 back.
Fair enough.
So, but that's also the point where we no longer need the patrons.
Aww.
And then our show gets full of ads. So if you like our show and you don't want the ads, you want the custom RSS feed so that you get it consistently early every week, you're up against Google, because the clock's ticking. Until they write that check, we can be dissuaded to not accept it. Go to patreon.com/the VOD Squad and defeat Google. On that note, why don't we get into some rants and some rapes? And no, I'm not talking to you. When I said defeat Google, my phone said, what? It says, what? How can I help? No, it literally says, how can I help?
Activate self-destruct sequence.
I bet you it has a response to that. It's pretty funny. Hey, okay. So I did want to mention Picard, the series, and all I wanted to say is season 2, episode 1 just came out, and I watched it, and I liked it.
Does it retcon season 1?
No, here's the thing. I think one of the reasons why I like it so much is it almost ignores season 1. It's like, let season 1 be its own thing. We're moving on.
Okay.
And quite frankly, that's the right move.
Okay.
Because I hope they maybe reference things that happened in season 1, but that's not important. The new story is important because season 1 was its own thing, and I'm ready to move on. Just gonna say. So I hope that's the case. Please, in fact, if you are interested in Picard, heard some weird things about season 1, maybe you'd like to try season 2. I don't think you even need to see season 1. You can just go straight to season 2. But I've only seen one episode, so that's just a preliminary idea. We'll see. But what I'm really here to rant about is, sorry I made the show late today. I didn't mean to start everything late, but my laptop just died. I mean, not died, but it just was like suddenly got super slow.
Oh, I thought you were reading a book.
Were you using Limewire before the podcast started?
I don't think so.
The NFTs aren't available there yet.
Yeah.
The computer was off for 2 weeks.
I was like, wow.
And the first thing I did is I updated it and rebooted it.
Oh, yeah. There's your problem.
I know. Maybe I'm.
Is that one where that one's running Windows, right?
Yeah. So I used to run Linux on this.
Yeah.
Until we tried to do a streamathon, and everything worked on the streamathon. Everything worked perfectly on it, except for one thing.
Streaming?
No, streaming was fine.
Oh, okay.
Streaming, it would not pick up the audio from Firefox when we needed to do the movie night, and so it was like,
oh, that's right, because I had to step in and do that. I forgot about that.
And I appreciate that because could have been bad, but it did everything. Linux did everything else I wanted it to. Really good. And this laptop, it's a very nice laptop. I paid a pretty penny for it because I wanted it to be my streaming laptop. Oh crap.
Maybe you need to install FidoOS.
I do want to try that actually, but I don't know. But no, so now I got another project to work on.
Just upgrade it to Linux and you'll be okay.
Well,
no, that's where he was. It
was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
might be going back to that.
Yeah, he downgraded to Windows.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Alrighty, Mike.
Oh, I haven't gotten a chance to watch much, but I have been watching the Marvel movies with the family, and we just finished Endgame, so we've basically finished the main sequence of Marvel movies, and really enjoyed them. Going back through them again, they're just some really good movies.
Even Thor: Dark World.
I didn't say every single one of them.
I like that movie.
You know what?
I don't get why people rag on that movie so bad.
I like all of them to some extent. They weren't all really good. The Endgame or Infinity Wars and Endgame are excellent, and really a good closeout to that era of Marvel movies. And now we're ready to start fresh in the new era. I haven't seen most of the TV show ones, so I'll have to watch those to see how they are, and
including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I've seen parts of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But
see, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. operates between the movies, and they pick up where the movies leave off.
Yeah,
which was confusing.
So.
Which was confusing because I wasn't watching the movies, but I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then like they'd come back in an episode and they're cleaning up New York. And like after, I guess, was that the first Avengers movie?
Mm-hmm.
I think I enjoyed the first season of that. I think that's all that I watched, and I did see at some point there was some tie into the movies. So I saw what they were doing there. I'm talking more like the Loki, the Disney Plus ones that came out on Disney Plus, like Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier and stuff like that. Those that kind of happen at this point in time in the series. But I've been watching all the movies with the family. There's a couple of scenes and stuff through all of those movies that are a little questionable for younger kids, but overall it's fairly okay. So, but I haven't seen those, so I don't really know, but that's kind of where I'm at, is maybe watching through those with the family.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting how much the TV series have become the most important way to keep up with what's going on after Endgame. It became a really important thing. That's the way to watch what things. So you have Loki, which I really enjoyed. You have WandaVision, which I also enjoyed. I feel like it was a little bit weak in the ending. It was fine, but it just felt like it felt rushed at the end. Falcon and Winter Soldier was completely different feel, and so it was good again, but doesn't feel like your typical Marvel thing in a way.
Yeah.
Because it's a darker story, so that's fine. So yeah, go for it. You're going to enjoy phase 4, as they call it, if you're good into it. You're going to have the advantage of being able to binge it, which makes almost every series better, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll like it, I think. Okay.
And you watch those with your kids?
Watching this with my kid in the room.
Okay.
They're off. They're the most disturbing of all those would be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There's one particular kind of disturbing scene. It's nothing horrible. It's like it went there.
Yeah.
Hawkeye also is a good one.
Oh, and Hawkeye. But Hawkeye is
Hot guy, low key, and hot guy.
low key and Hawkeye.
It's low, Lowkey. Low key and hot guy.
Yeah.
Hawkeye was good. We actually did watch that as a family.
I kept on seeing Die Hard in my head. It's like Die Hard. It's all this is. It's a Christmas movie. Oh well. Sorry. Done.
All right, that's the new Adult Swim series, Low Key and Hot Guy. All right, Jimmy, what you got?
So TV shows. I did finish finally the last couple of episodes of The Blacklist. So I finished that completely all the way through the 8th season. So finished that one up. I'm also looking forward to, I just got a email teasing me for the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series that's coming out, I think, here in the next couple of months. So looking forward to that one. But what I really wanted to talk about is that in light of what all is happening, I want to encourage everyone to stop buying Russian vodka and instead buy Ukrainian vodka, right? Ukrainian vodka is excellent. As a matter of fact, is it okay for me to paste the link to buy some?
Yeah.
So I'll paste that there. I'll put it in Discord as well. So Total Wine sells this. Excellent vodka, in my opinion, even better than the Russian vodka. So do that rather than buying Russian vodka, buy Ukrainian vodka instead.
But what if I've been buying nothing but 8 Mile vodka?
Still buy Ukrainian vodka.
But it's made in Detroit by Eminem himself.
Oh God.
Okay, but Ukraine needs the support.
Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. Okay. Last week we talked about Luna. Luna went live public. They have free games for Prime members. I tried it out. Works pretty good. I wasn't really interested in any of the games. I played Devil May Cry 5 through the first level, maybe 2 levels, and it was just too tedious. But the gameplay was fine. It looked great. So they're doing something right. I don't think I will be subscribing there. I did notice that next week the free game is Immortals, the Phoenix Rising.
Of course.
I was like, of course, and it's the gold edition. But again, that's only for a week that it's free, so you'd have to put in a lot of time to beat it. That game is dense.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
You'd have to put in a lot of time to beat it in a week. So I'm not worried about the purchase that I made. But yeah, if you're looking for a new streaming service, game service, and you're not sold on any of the consoles or Stadia, and you're already a Prime member, check it out.
Yeah, we need to break these down. You've got Stadia, which is you pay for the games, or you pay for a monthly fee for Pro, or you have an option to play some of the games just for free. Then you have Luna, which is you get it free with Prime, which basically makes it mostly free for a few games. Plus, you have channels they have the retro arcade channel, which is that's cool. And
you don't get to keep the games. You can only subscribe. The more money you pay, the more stuff you get access to.
Interesting. You cannot buy a game on Luna yet?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Then you have the Xbox Cloud gaming service, which is basically everything that's almost everything that Xbox allows you to get through their normal cloud service. Just now, you also have the option of doing it through the cloud, which probably is the best deal out of all of them because there's a lot of amazing games on that platform.
And Xbox, and the Stadia, you can only stream directly to YouTube. Luna, you can only stream directly to Twitch, and I believe Xbox Cloud lets you stream to either platform because they're not owned by one of the streaming platforms. Because Mixer's dead. Because before it was, you needed to stream directly to Mixer, but that's dead. And the same thing with PlayStation.
Another interesting thing is that I bet you anything that Luna is either getting ports of the games into a Linux system, or they're running it on Windows and they're paying for licenses in order to do that.
No, I'm going to say they're running it on Android just like everything else.
Android.
Well, I mean Linux. Linux is Android.
Yeah. Okay.
They're probably running it on Linux like everything else that Amazon does. They just don't like people to know.
Well, so I'm just thinking of the logistics here. Microsoft has an inherited advantages here. One, they have already a huge library of stuff that they have permission to stream. Two, they have a platform in Windows that everybody already likes the program for. Three, they don't have to pay for it. Everybody else does if they want to use that platform. I mean, that's kind of an advantage that in their court that's huge. Then you have GeForce Now, which they do pay for Windows because you are running it on Windows, but not everybody runs on it. Their list of the programs that run on it is but they have the hardware to actually hit really high-end, good, awesome ray tracing graphics and all that if you're willing to pay for it. Yeah, this is heating up and being weird. I mean, this is cool. I'm excited to see what this future looks like, the streaming world in video games. Yeah. And then you got Netflix, which...
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Netflix is not even a competitor. They bought a game company, and then they just renamed all of the games to tie in to Netflix properties without actually making the game in any way relate.
Okay.
It's terrible.
It's fine.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, what else is terrible is the fact that we are way past Jimmy's bedtime, so we need to shut this down. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us this week. We will be back next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central, here on the YouTube. If you would prefer to get an audio stream, you can get that anywhere where podcasts are available. It may take you some time, but if you'd rather get it faster, and also you want to commit or contribute to the Don't Take Google's Money Fund, that you go onto patreon.com/the VOD Squad, where you will get a custom RSS feed as a thank you. If you are here, stick around for the post show where we will do some discussing of who knows what. We don't have anything on the agenda, but we do have titles to vote on. tvs.showbot.tv. Head on over there now and vote. And I think that's everything. So good night.
Indeed, it is a good night.
All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.